Hello everybody, this is Kaiji King 122 and we are back with NES Godzilla Creepypasta, one of the most finest pieces of literature, and we're on Dementia still, I believe, so I'm going to start reading. The music reminded me a bit of Northern Hemispheres from Donkey Kong Country, in 8-bit form. A very dangerous sounding song. It made me think about being trapped in a tundra and freezing to death.
Ooh.
There were two new enemies in the stage. The first was a creature frozen in a block of ice. I'm going to call that from now on. It's called Creature Frozen in a Block of Ice. I want it to be in the newest Godzilla movie. Creature Frozen in a Block of Ice. Official name.
2021.
They block your way and you have to use the heat beam to thaw them out of the ice. They look a bit like a smaller version of Not Godzilla, only without the eye. And they're so cool looking. Now I really want to figure that thing.
It looks like a microphone with a body.
Looks like a Demogorgon with a microphone face.
Yeah.
I don't know. Bandai gets started on making that Godzilla figure. When freed, they do a strange crawling movement and push you backwards. It doesn't cause any damage, but it's a bit annoying. After dealing with the Iceman, what is it? Is it a strange thing frozen in a block of ice, or is it the Iceman?
Well, it's not frozen in a block of ice anymore, so it's an Iceman now.
Okay, it's Iceman. But I'm pretty sure that's not an Iceman. This is the... Wait. Never mind. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. I kept walking for a minute or two and came upon a water segment. I jumped in, and this time, I managed to get a screen cap showing how the water splashes when you jump in. Don't know how they programmed that, but it's pretty impressive. Another interesting thing is how the screen changes focus when you go underwater. They didn't have that back in 8-bit consoles, but I digress. Oh, I love that thing. It's called the Spike Walker. Looks like it's from Metroid. Here you can see the other new enemy, a little thing I call Spike Walker. They walk towards you and explode randomly, or instantly if you attack them, sending spikes in every direction. The spikes don't do much damage, but they did get me dangerously close to falling into a pit a few times. Also, that's oops.
Walrus Man.
That's Maguma. Also, that's the best kaiju ever. Its name is Piranha. Just Piranha.
Cliche fish.
No, its name is Piranha. It's Piranha.
Cheap.
Piranha. Oh, speaking of the pits, down into the water, the game has a platformer element. Bottomless pits? There weren't any of these in the original game, since it was strictly an action game, but the pits were a neat addition. I like how he still thinks this is like it could be an actual game.
Right.
And he doesn't get it that this could potentially just be like a hacked version or a fan game or something. After getting back on land, I encountered a very unexpected mini-boss, Maguma, the Walrus Kaiju. I know this game had some obscure monsters to begin with, but wow, not that.
Not that I'm complaining.
It's a pretty cool cameo for an unappreciated kaiju. So, do you know who Maguma is?
No.
It's basically he appeared in hold on, I'm trying to think of Gorath. Gorath was a movie he appeared in 1962. So the same year King Kong vs. Godzilla came out. And he was only in the Japanese version, though in the American version, only his body is seen for a brief glimpse. So only in the Japanese version do you get a monster. The American version is just like, we'll just... Because Gorath is about this planet named Gorath, like, coming down and destroying the Earth. So they completely wiped that out of the American version. So you can start reading.
Maguma's fighting tactics were very simple. He had a freeze beam, and he could charge into you. Not very challenging, but certainly more entertaining than Matango mini-boss in the original game.
Pretty cool move. So one really interesting thing about Maguma is that he doesn't die when you defeat him. He turns tail and retreats. This is the first time I'd ever seen an enemy monster change direction, let alone retreat. I tried to chase after him, but he disappeared after I got in the water. Poor thing.
Poor female dog.
Yeah, let's just do that. And that does it for the Arctic. I'll talk about the Manda fight next. Awesome, you get to fight Manda, one of my favorite Godzilla kaijus, or kaijus in general. Also, a very expensive figure and hard one to get a hold of. Like they didn't even make a Bandai Manda; they only made a YMSF Manda in the 6-inch, and YMSF is like very very expensive. So I mean, it's pretty cool. I should be reading this. And that does it for the Arctic. Oh wait, no, I already read that. I forgot to mention before, but the music that played during the new monster fights is reused from themes actually in the games. So far, the themes have been Titanosaurus, Gazora's music, Biolante, Hedura's music. I don't think. Oh yeah, Hedra's in the actual game. Never mind. Orga, Baragon, and Magura's music. Manda, Varan's music. Space Godzilla, Mechagodzilla's music. As for the fight, Manda was a fairly crafty opponent, and a long one apparently. When it realized one tactic was ineffective, it would immediately change to a different one. This Manda looks very different from how he actually appeared, and I'm going to show you what he actually used to look like. That's what he looks like in the original game. This is what he actually used to look like. That's what he appeared like in the. So he was like all orangish and whatever.
Yeah, I thought he was a golder creature.
Well, he's not supposed to be. Well, he's actually just like bluish or whatever, and with a little red underbelly or whatever. I don't know. They change his color all the time. I mean, in this one, he's red. But I think that's when Godzilla went to hell. No, it's not when he went to hell. Never mind. So, when it realized one tactic was ineffective, it would immediately change to a different one. Oh, so it's basically like the AI from Hello Neighbor.
Or it's like Pokemon gym battles.
Return, Metapod. Go, Metapod. Use Harden.
And then it's like, after like an hour of chipping away its health, they use a super potion. It's
super heal.
Like, no.
Manda used quite a few tricks, like spitting fire, biting, and the most irritating of all, constricting. It doesn't mercilessly drain your health down like Gigan's Cutter, but it was by far Manda's strongest attack. Oh, by the way, there's a Gotengo. Oh, no. Yeah, it's the Gotengo. It's not the Atragon. It's called the Gotengo. He got it wrong. That's supposed to be called the Gotengo, not the Atragon. Or unless it was called the Atragon in the original movie. I don't know. I've only seen it once. One last thing to note that I found pretty cool was that the Atragon / Gotengo showed up during the fight to help me out. Manda crushed you with ease, but it was still cool. After I slayed Manda, I played through an Arctic level for health power-ups, and then it was on to Gigan's replacement. When the fight started, I was very confused because there was nothing there. I thought this was going to be like the Titanosaurus fight in Pathos, but just about the time it would have been going back to the map, a piranha appeared on screen. Do you want to know what this thing looks like?
Sure.
It looks like it came straight out of Ghostbusters. Oh wait, hold on.
Wait, that's the fish from earlier.
Hold on. But it wasn't there for long. As soon as it appeared, the speakers emitted an ear-splitting screech. Okay, never mind. And not Gigan flew in and ripped the poor fish into pieces. Would have loved to see that. Oh wait, I can't see that. It's Grimer! Also, that looks nothing like Gigan.
You know, like the fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Grimer and Freddy Krueger did that.
Fusion. Ha! That makes sense. Also, I know I'm saying this for like literally every monster, but they really need to make an action figure of that. Well, that's one way to get the player on their toes. Don't know why I said that like Sonic.
Number 10.
Burger King? Okay. That abrupt entrance scared the hell out of me and got my adrenaline rushing, which in retrospect was a good thing because Not Geigen was one of the fastest, most unrelenting opponents in the game. Not Geigen was tough, but my new skills with Ingress helped to even the score. This was still an incredibly intense fight. Not Geigen's attacks consisted of some kind of blood laser he spews from his mouth and a downward slash. I was expecting some hellish variant of the buzzsaw attack, but thankfully there didn't seem to be one. Missed opportunity. That looks surprisingly like it came out of like MS. That looks literally like it could be created in MS Paint. I just want to point that out. I know I've said that a bunch of the stuff looks like it could be created in MS Paint, but both this and that look like they can be created easily in MS Paint.
Yeah, all you have to do is like make the canvas really small so that way it has like a pixelated effect when you use the brush.
You could also make that on Scratch. Oh, the Howl attack was invaluable in defeating him. What invaluable?
It's not valuable. It wasn't valuable in defeating him.
Oh, I would have taken more screen caps of the fight, but I really had to concentrate. Yet you could still do it anyways. After that, there was just one monster left to take down. Space Godzilla. As mentioned earlier, I used Godzilla for this fight. He looks like the Trendmaster Space Godzilla. That's pretty cool. Space Godzilla's fighting technique was rather frustrating, but admittedly, a very clever idea. Space Godzilla would use his energy to create 2 flying crystals, which would reach the ground and become crystal spires.
The DS game does something very similar to that, and it is frustrating, but it's cool.
You're talking about Godzilla Unleashed Double Smash.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like that game that much.
Yeah, but it does something similar.
Yeah, it does. Except you gotta literally go up to them, you just have to like crush them. And you don't, it's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Though these spires not only block you from reaching Space Godzilla, but it also allowed him to constantly recharge to full energy and blast you with a deadly, fully charged Corona beam.
When was this made?
This was made long ago. It predicted the you know what virus.
It's even red.
Oh my gosh. This is amazing until you broke the spires. Space Godzilla would eventually drain his own spires of energy until they shattered. But if you waited for that to happen, you'd probably lose a lot of life. Heat beams actually seemed to re-energize the spires, so you had to use physical attacks. When you finally got close enough to hit Space Godzilla, he was no pushover. When I punched him, he hit me back just as hard. Space Godzilla does everything in his power to knock you back to the left corner of the screen, so he can create more spires.
Spiders?
By the time this was over, I only had about 5 life bars left. But it didn't matter, because I didn't need to fight anymore. I needed to run. I needed to run from
Red.
Yeah, I know his name is Red, but I'm trying to think of a joke.
Tiki Mask.
Tiki Mask Man. Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, from Crash Bandicoot.
Moving on. Here we go again. I decided right then that I really wanted to see the end of this game. As terrifying as these levels could sometimes be, I had to beat them to get it, though. I had to beat them to get thou. It's not through, it's get thou, though.
I had to beat them to get though.
I think he meant through. I decided that no matter what happened, no matter what the game showed me, I was going to get to the end. And I also made sure to say a dang word while playing a chase level. Oh, not to say another word from here on. For this chase, I tried out Ingress. Since his roll attack allowed me to move faster than Godzilla or Mothra, the chase started off like the first two, except there was a river of blood below the ground. That's awesome. I want to see Godzilla travel through a river. A river of blood. And the extra speed from the roll helped me get an edge on the red monster. Is it Red or is it Red Monster? I guess it's his full name. His first name's Red and his last name's Monster. So his full name's Red Monster. Especially since I didn't have to worry about a power limit and could keep rolling endlessly. Like the previous levels with water, the ground inevitably reached a stop, so I rolled off into the blood. To my surprise, Hellbeast didn't fall after me. It just stopped at the edge of the ground and grimaced, I guess it can't swim. I thought to myself, so I went under blood and continued moving. There wasn't anything around, but I knew something was up. The chase wasn't going to end that easily, could it?
Gulp. Drinking some blood.
Yeah, I'm drinking blood. I'm a vampire. Surely something else had to show up. And sure enough, I heard the bellowing roar, sounding slightly different.
He's got fins.
It said run, and it has
should say
Godzilla.exe background.
It should say swim.
Swim. But it has an exclamation point. No, 3 exclamation points.
And a question mark. And then it says not clickbait.
No, it needs to say in parentheses, Zach, you need to really consider that this may be a hack. And the monster was falling after me in a new aquatic body. I had no idea it was a shapeshifter. After it reappeared, the chase started to get into the difficulty I had expected. Okay, let me see where I was. Okay, being submerged slowed me down, put me and the beast at about the same speed. The only thing that could keep me alive was fast thinking and reflexes. I encountered some bottomless pits, in which mines flowed up from. I assumed that if you hit one, it would damage you and knock you back. Considering how fast the red monster swims, hitting the mines would be instant death. So I went through great effort to avoid them, and somehow didn't hit them. But that wasn't all I had to be wary of. Halfway through the chase, the Hellbeast revealed yet another surprise. It's a xenomorph, a tentacle formed of intestine. Yeah, it's definitely a thing. With a clawed set of jaws burst from its mouth, trying to pull me in and devour me. I only barely avoided both the tentacle and the mines, but I could tell the beast was getting desperate because the chase was nearly over.
Oh.
Are we almost done?
It flies.
Yeah, we're almost done. And about a minute later, I had spotted a bit of ground that served as an exit. I leaped with all the might I could muster, without breaking my controller. The beast screamed with rage and jumped out of the blood river in one last attempt to drag me down. But I escaped its grasp. This time, I fell back on my bed and took a deep breath. You know, the only thing that's missing out of this fic is a jump scare, you know? And then just went boo on the screen and took a deep breath.
Freddy Fazbear pops out of nowhere.
Satisfied. I think this was made before Fazbear was invented. Satisfied with yet another successful escape.
You know, that'd be even spookier then.
Spookier. Now let's head into the 5th world. Entropy. Well, that's pretty good.
You know what? Every time you had, it's just saying run makes sense, but then once you were under the blood, it should have said swim, and then when he was jumping, it should have said jump.
It needs to be flashing on screen, too.
Yeah, that would be so cool. Oh my gosh, I just have like Homer in the back of my mind going, run, run, run,
Jump,
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 jump.
rest. So what'd you think of what we read? I mean, most of it I read, but you read a little bit of it.
I think it's cool that there's more than 2 sprites of Red.
Yeah. He does a lot of weird stuff, and
Also, I like how he plays as Ingress now.
I love Ingress. And yeah, Ingress is the best thing ever, almost. Hashtag notice me senpai. No, I'm just kidding. So we're how far are we in? You want to try to read a little bit of Entropy?
Sure.
This is fun. We're gonna try to make this a 30-minute video. So guys, get ready. We're my fingers crack. Okay, we're on Entropy now, and it's even longer. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
In the original game, the 6th world was Pluto. Ironically, despite being the smallest planet, Pluto was the largest and most diverse world in the game. Entropy had a different layout, but was similarly huge and diverse. The board music was played by I don't want to do polls. The board music was played by a violin instrument.
Touch-tone telephone and creases.
No, stop.
You could just hear Neil Cicierega coming closer with his violin solos.
He's not the only person who plays violins.
Yeah, but he's got really good violin solos.
That's an opinion. A melody that started out sounding mournful and then it gets rather, I guess I would call it, distorted. It made me feel depressed and unnerved. Not something I would want to hear while trying to sleep. I don't know, dude. I think hearing creepy music that is very depressing is pretty good when you're trying to fall asleep.
So you listen to Lavender Town falling asleep.
I slept really great last night because of Lavender Town.
You just wake up and it's still playing your 10-hour version of Lavender Town. And you're like, what a great morning. Time to go make a wonderful breakfast. And it's sunny and stuff.
No, it's just very depressing outside.
Oh my gosh, that would make it even better. What a wonderful morning. People legit screaming and dying outside.
Strangely, none of the levels from the previous worlds were present here. Instead, there were 8 brand new icons. Whole bunch of new stuff. We got the TVs, we got the ruined things, the key cards.
Mushroom Cloud.
Yeah, we got whatever that thing is. This is from a different world. This is actually in the game. And this is not possible because it has different graphics. And then we also have
great graphics.
Great graphics. Strangely, none of the level. Okay. The bosses this time were Megalon, which is awesome, Batra, and Mechagodzilla. All are better choices than the original final level bosses. Well, bosses in this game. And Monsters are Monsters, the original version. As usual, the first thing I did was go to the quiz level for another interrogation with Chad. But when I got there, I noticed something different. Instead of the usual goofy Ghidra music, it was a password theme. The music change seemed to be intentional, because after the first 2 questions at the start, the quiz started to take on a darker tone. Quiz 3. Do you like ice cream? Answer, yes. Reaction, weird face number 1. Do you like clowns?
No.
I think the face it made was a clown one. If it did, that'd be awesome.
That would.
You can start reading some more because my throat's starting to die.
Is time slipping through your fingers? Yes. Do you have any regrets? Yes. Playing this game. Is it safe? Wait. Do some people deserve to die? No. Is it safe to go out at night? Yes.
Because of vampires.
Do you find it hard to sleep at night? Yes, because of this game. Have you ever killed anyone? No. Do you want to kill anyone? No. Are you actually accomplishing anything? No. Does life have any real meaning? No. Reaction love. Do you like Mothra? No. How dare you?
And his reaction is maniacal. Hashtag Chad needs to be noticed by Senpai.
Dude, I love Chad. He's great.
Yeah, he's great. He is. He should have said yes with liking Mothra. I knew the last one was going to be a gameplay related question.
I like how it asks if life has any meaning, and he goes, no. But, like, he likes clowns. Okay, dude.
He's probably Joker. This is Joker playing the game. I'm just kidding. But I had no idea what the result would be. I answered honestly, because as I said before, I never liked Mothra. How dare... Okay, he has his opinion, but personally, I think Mothra's cute, especially
Get the pitchforks and torches. We're going hunting, boys.
Nobody liked playing as Mothra in this game. No, I like Mothra. Mothra's easier to play.
Yeah, she can fly.
Even though she gets slammed in the corner. And there's a good reason for that. Every other time Mothra gets hit, she gets slammed back to the left corner of the screen. And she sucks at fighting because her attacks are so weak. Well, you're not wrong.
The attacks are weak to balance out the fact that she can fly.
The only benefit Mothra... Sorry, guys, my door is possessed. The only benefit Mothra had was being able to fly over obstacles in some levels. So I answered no, and Face actually replied back to me, not only with a maniacal expression in both texts. Too bad. I was taking back to the map screen. It was... How much minutes have we gone through? We'll continue. I was taken back to the map screen, and I was shocked to see that Godzilla and Ingress had disappeared from the board, leaving only Mothra. You took away Ingress? No, I don't care about Godzilla, but you took away Ingress. Now it's personal.
I don't care about Godzilla. He says to his 50 plus figures.
They just start attacking me. Ah! Leaving only Mothra. Face had just screwed me over. Needless to say, I was mad. But there wasn't anything I could do, and I'm willing to bet even if I had said yes, I would have been stuck with Mothra anyway.
Oh yeah,
Chad giveth, and Chad taketh away.
Well, like, that would make sense, because if you said, yeah, I like Mothra, then it would be like, cool. Now you get to play as your favorite character and no one else.
This sprite seems slightly changed a bit. I don't know, there's something about it. I took a deep breath and got ready to explore. There were two paths I could take through the board. I decided to take the lower one. This turned out to be a good choice for reasons I'll get to momentarily. The first world ahead of me was a forest, so I started there. Almost immediately, I got an eerie feeling. There was something about this level that just seemed off to me, even more than the previous ones.
Maybe it's because the trees look like popsicle sticks with, like, a bunch of, like, green fuzz on top.
This is definitely not, like, any type of bit. This isn't even SNES. This is made by somebody with a computer.
Yeah.
This definitely isn't from the 80s nor 90s.
They used, like, some kind of, like, Microsoft Paint airbrush for the, like, bushes and the leaves.
They just gave up.
And then they just created popsicle sticks for, like, the trunks.
Have you ever done that? Like, made a tree of popsicle stick trees, you know? You like, take and use, like, green something and,
yeah.
Yeah. There was something about this level that just seemed off to me, even more than the previous ones. Perhaps it was a pitch black background, or just the background in general. I've always been afraid of being in the forest at night. Slenderman alert. No. Something about all those trees makes me feel surrounded and vulnerable.
Oh, I think it's peaceful and, like, wondrous.
Well, same here. And Slenderman.
He's your friend. What are those things?
Those are my new favorite creatures.
Look at their muscles. Look at their noses. They go.
They got like a bird. They got like hawk face.
They're like just really thin and tall anteaters.
They look like deers a little bit. Weird deers. And the fact that I was stuck as Mothra didn't help. Playing the game's previous worlds as Godzilla gave me a feeling of bravery. Being in control of the king of the monsters, I'd be able to handle just about anything in my way. You can read a little bit.
But it's not like that with Mothra. No feeling of strength or security. Now I'm just a weak, easily overwhelmed bug.
Traversing
into the unknown. Wait, hold on. Back to the level, the music had new instruments, sounding like woodwinds, followed by slow rhythmic drums. I can't read today, I'm sorry. And chiming bells. Gave me this feeling that I was intruding into some dangerous place I really shouldn't be. After a while, I encountered the first enemies of the stage, or at least I assumed they were enemies. They were strange, long-legged, deer-like creatures. Those are anteaters, sir.
They're the best name ever. Strange, long-legged, deer-like creatures.
Those look nothing like deer.
They remind me a little bit of deer.
Instead of attacking, they were just idly walking around. I went to approach them, but they ran away. Yeah, because you're a giant flying bug, and they're tiny, vulnerable deer ant-eating things.
You call them deers.
Do they have guns? Oh no, that's just their claws. The sloth, though, he's like, tree.
About halfway through, I encountered groups of the deer-like animals and also two new creatures. A sloth-like creature, which is awesome, with a beak climbing on a tree. Wait, it has a beak?
I thought that was its face.
It doesn't have a beak.
That's just its face.
It has like a weird thing. I don't know.
It has like a basketball.
And hairy raptor-esque beasts that were preying on the deer. That's the best name ever.
So
hairy
they do have guns.
raptor-esque beasts that were preying on the deer.
So those are guns. They're hunting the deer with guns.
They're not gun. Wait, is that a gun?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like that dude right there. It looks like he's holding a gun with two hands.
No, that's not a gun. That's just their
claws.
The claws. The creatures ignore me for the most part, although the raptors did attack me when I got close. Or if I attacked them first. I know I shot one of them to help one of the deer creatures escape. I got clawed at, but confirmation was easily avoided by flying up to the top of the screen. Looks like he's about ready to rob a bank, that raptor thing.
I know, he's like, alright, hand me all your deer things.
What is that?
It's a bear child licking a lollipop.
Okay, my sanity
Wait,
is...
is it a beaver or a bear?
Is that it? It's a beaver. My sanity is rapidly decreasing.
Your sanity, my brain cells are rapidly decreasing.
Okay, this is going to be the last text I read. After that, I had to choose whether I wanted to play the levels with the hourglass or the TV screen. I picked the latter. What I got was not at all what I expected. Yeah, I agree. Best kaiju, though. So what do you think so far of this?
I want to see a figure of that.
I want to see a figure of those.
And I want to have like a button so that way the tongue moves.
Of course you do. So what do you think of this chapter?
It was definitely a lot more original. It's probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, it's probably one of the more insane ones too. I'm getting Earthbound flashbacks.
Yeah, it's a little funky and has Earthbound vibes, but it's a lot more original than Red, just like on the screen with fire saying run. Like, at least it's trying to be creepy without things that are known as creepy, like gore and scary monster and stuff. It's like putting like odd things in to be creepy. So at least it's being original in that way.
Yeah, it is. So my thoughts are, I really like the creatures, and I think it's progressing nicely.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to read my sanity. Well, my sanity is going really low right now. I'm losing brain cells rapidly just looking at this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we get back, we're gonna go on the when I press the button. So yeah, this has been a Kaiju King 122 presentation, and part 6 of Let's Read the NES Godzilla Creepypasta, which is a great piece of literature, until we read the Sonic.exe Creepypasta, which was so bad it got taken off its site. But yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye.